Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Hearthstone. Let me start off by asking you if you have any ad blockers on, turn them off, or whitelist me please, help me make a career. Today, all we have to do is get 2 victories between the Paladin and Priest, which I'm hoping we can do, and that means we're going to actually be done a little bit early, not do another 3rd episode. We are going to probably end with a little bit less gold than what we started with in this recording session, because I had 3 quests and each one of them were 40. So 40, 80, 120. Arena purchase is 150. So you have to win 9 games to 3 games gets you 10. You need 9, so you need 9 wins to balance it out. Now usually we get at least 1 quest at 60, so that usually fixes it and puts us about 10 over. This time we didn't have that. So Paladin and Priest. I tell you, I am getting into Twitter. I'm not 100% happy about it. I've followed a lot of people on Twitter, and now it's just this constant stream of, oh yeah, I could go check it again. Oh yeah, I could go check it again. The exact thing I do not need in my life. Last thing I need is another service that I'm just checking every hour on the hour.
You asked for it.
It gives me something to do between recording, but I usually have something else I need to be doing. Almost certainly do. But then again, Twitter is at least giving me some indication that it is helping me grow my audience. Much more than Google Plus or just YouTube itself. Also had a video playing in the background with the audio turned off. That might have been affecting some of the network slowdown we saw last time. So I will have to make sure not to do that again. See, I have a good selection of Murlocs.
Hello.
Just getting all Murlocs. Of course, I have to get past this guy. Let's go ahead and play the coin and play this.
For justice!
No cards in Hearthstone have an effect after it's played. That keeps things simple, but it also keeps things simple. And eventually the power creep will hit all card games, and there will be cards that say after you attack, do this. The only one that does do something is at the end of the turn. Sometimes things happen, but that's another.
Job's done.
I saw something on Twitter, by the way, that Hearthstone might be coming out for cell phones, and they're working on that. I would appreciate that. There was, just yesterday, was one of those days where I just couldn't get anything done. Other people requiring my entire day's worth of time, and so I was out of the house, and if I could have gotten on my phone and played a little Hearthstone, maybe that would have helped a little bit. Probably not a lot though, because I can't record on my cell phone. I don't have that ability.
For justice!
But grinding some gold at least gets us. It's better than the other games I'm playing on my cell phones, which are becoming fewer and fewer and lesser. Also, I'm having just tons of. I follow far too many things on YouTube and far too many podcasts.
I
and
am ready.
started listening to a bunch of those,
Hello.
and because of that, the only thing I could do is work in Minecraft, which isn't really, or shouldn't really be, a high priority. Let's see. Don't want to do that one. I do want to do this one. Right. Having
Something
a little
needs
bit.
tinkering?
I was having a little bit of debate. Sorry about going quiet. About when working on Minecraft, just as to what I was going to do and whether I was going to summon skeletons in this false nether fortress that I'm building, and it is a false nether fortress because of the fact that it turns out the only way to make a legitimate nether fortress would be to do some pretty low level reprogramming of the terrain generation in Minecraft, and that is the only way to make the bricks in that area actually summon skeletons, and probably wither skeletons. There's a percentage chance there'll be regular skeletons, 4% chance there'll be wither skeletons. So, as a map maker, the only way I can really do it is put spawners or command blocks somewhere. So I put a bunch of spawners down and had them spawning skeletons, and I don't think I want to do that. First of all, because it gives wither skulls, which just encourages people to try and summon a wither, which is an insane thought.
Servants, soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call. Kill Thuzad. The battle!
But yeah, because the wither skeletons compared to the pigmen are just about the same thing. The wither skeletons have the wither effect, they're stronger. But I kind of like just letting the pigmen naturally spawn, and they spawn fine by themselves. As long as I give them enough surfaces they can spawn in. So if you don't attack them, they leave you alone, and then I'll have just a few spawners that shoot out some flames, and I'll let the ghast naturally spawn on their own.
Reporting for duty.
Alright.
The battle!
that was the right move. I don't know if that. I haven't been paying attention that much
Shall return
to playing this, but sadly there is in vanilla Minecraft no rotating, no flipping as far as the clone command. It means I'm gonna have to do a lot more work than I would have liked. I could try and go do it in an MC edit and screw that up, I'm sure, but a big section I did one way needs to, I'm gonna have to go and redo it a different way. But I'm slowly getting closer and closer to having all of that area. It doesn't particularly
for duty.
follow into the realm of actually being
The battle
in the tune with
Job's done.
Sky Factory, the Nether Fortress in the Nether. It really doesn't line up that much with Sky Factory, because if it was going to line up with Sky Factory, then I would have just put a platform and let people build in that area. And I'm not saying people can't build, I'm just pre-populating it with a Nether Fortress. And making it kind of dangerous to build in that area. And then I'm putting some stuff so that they will, I guess I'll give them a constant supply of quartz and a constant supply of maybe nether wart. Yeah, I bet I probably need to do nether wart and lava and
reporting for duty. To battle.
And the way I've decided to do it is I'm going to have a clock going, basically, and it's going to just check to see if there's a player within a certain range. Whenever the player is away from that range, then it's going to clone an area from one place to the other place so they can go and mine it out. As soon as they walk away, it's just going to magically reappear. Man, if I could just do 9 damage before this guy does 13.
Reporting for duty.
So, here's 13 damage here, and another 5 there.
For justice.
So I'm gonna lose this one. That's a shame. We started off so good, but the Murlocs didn't pull it off this time. As for my other series, I think I'm halfway through the Bastion series, recording it at this point. That doesn't particularly mean that it will be all released. But I think I'm halfway through the first run, and I'll probably do a couple runs of it. But then it's just gonna be done, so. It's looking more like it's gonna be 40, 50, 60 episodes at most. If we can even get it that high. It may only be 30. May only be 20 episodes. With 2 runs, which I'm not gonna do the second run as like a speed run or anything. We should be able to pull off. Episodes are not very long. It's between Plague Inc., which is the other series I'm recording, and this I am having just I am really changing the length of the games I'm releasing, and that's gonna change back. It's gonna swing back and go one direction for one game and another direction for another game. Oh, no good card. But yeah, Plague Inc. I play on fast forward, and it's at most 30 minutes long, and for an entire game, that's from beginning to victory.
Do you like to play with fire?
It doesn't seem like that that Plague Inc. is going to be a very fast game, a very long in duration game either. I don't think we're going to have it completely played out in probably 50, 60, 70 episodes at most. If I even get it up to 50, I might be vastly overestimating the length of both of those. So, if both of these series are really, really super duper completely played out, then I'm back to 2 other series. Then I've got to find 2 more series, which is fun. It's kind of what I wanted to do, but I'm afraid I might be losing my audience. None of the new series have been released yet, so I don't know. Do I really have an audience at this point? The truth to that is probably no, I don't. Subscribers are still very low. Maybe these new games will get me more of an audience, or any audience, really.
The damned stand ready.
Let's see. At the start of my turn, he'll be stronger. So I could kill this guy now, and then become strong.
Trespasser!
But then he'd attack this, so I don't think I want to do that. The number of views I've gotten has been very encouraging, but it's not like we've shot off like a rocket. It's not like it would be so wonderful if by the end of the first month of recording I had been making hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month in ad revenue, but no, that's not anywhere close to what really happened. In the first month, I don't know if I made any ad revenue, and at this point I've made less than $1. So, but it's encouraging I've even done that much. That means somebody's watching. Somebody's looking at ads. Somebody's clicking on ads that are relevant to them. And I'm being rewarded for creating the content that do that message. Also, now that we have fan funding, and I would like to get rid of ads, if I just had a constant stream of fan funding, I could get rid of the ads and have a more...
My fate is sealed.
I don't know what the word would be. A more...
Job's done.
What was I saying? Yeah, a more consistent flow of income. If it was just that
Target acquired.
100 people were giving me $10 every month, and it was 100 random people this month and 100 random people this month, and all that, then I could certainly see myself saying, well, it's probably not worth it to even bother with the ads anymore. But that would be a bit of a risk to do it that way. Done. But yes, fan funding will support me way more than ads. You could go and watch every single video I've ever made and look at every single ad and click on every single ad, and it probably would be just, I don't have the numbers, but it'd probably be easier and better for everybody involved if you had just decided to support me through actually money. It would be easier just if you went and donated, say $10 to me. Probably be worth everybody's, way worth more of people's time. If that was your only goal for watching my videos. I'm hoping you have more goals than just trying to support me, although that is a very noble goal. I'm hoping you also being entertained and educated, as it were. What does this one do? Yeah, that doesn't really help anything, does it? I've lost. Oh, that sucks. But that's what I get for not paying attention while playing. I should probably explain, although I think I did a good enough job. I did recently release a very short video called the Wheels on the Bus Minecraft style, and it is literally just me in Minecraft dancing around to the Wheels on the Bus song around a Minecraft bus, and trying to act out the song to the best of my ability, although some of the song mentions things that don't exist in Minecraft. Much like birds don't exist in Minecraft. One of the comments I got back from that is, the bus should have been more roundy, and I was like, well, Minecraft doesn't have round things. But regardless of all of that, the reason I did that is what my young relatives, or my young as in 2-year-olds relatives, are all about. They love the Wheels on the Bus, and I wanted to make a video that I could show them and see if they appealed to them, and moderately but not hugely successful. It was somewhat entertaining to them, but keeping a toddler's attention is almost impossible. So I'm thinking I might release more of those, and I'm gonna put them in their own separate playlist. And I fully really realize and recognize that there's a little bit silliness of this. I've said before, my channel, most of the stuff I do is PG-13 probably, PG, and then I go back and release something that is clearly for a 2-year-old. Really couldn't be much earlier in its age rating if I tried. And yeah, that's just kind of a side project, an experiment. And so the reason I thought of this is because
Job's done.
YouTube has a selection of songs that you can put over your videos, and it is a very small selection, but on top of that very small selection, there's an even smaller selection that you can put to monetize. And because of that, I can't do it on the Wheels on the Bus. That wasn't one of the songs that could be monetized. I just did that because it was what I know is famous. But I can do it like on Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Old MacDonald Had a Farm. And so I can put this music and have ads, and I'm gonna be kind about it. I'm gonna put the ads on the side, so nothing as bad as the default ads of a video before, or a pop-up ad over the video. But I could put ads there, And
I wonder.
then they will. Oh man, I didn't realize they could do that. I didn't think they could do that. Let's go ahead and keep this. Let's go ahead and do this. And so, if little kids, like my relatives, here we go, victory, love Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, I'm gonna give them an age-appropriate video that they can watch, and then people, often those little kids watch it 1, 2, 3 times a day. That's a lot of ad views. So it's a potential scenario where that's all YouTube wants is people looking at the ads. They don't say we want a certain demographic looking at the ads. And even if you take the ad views off of it, that's just a lot of views if it becomes popular. And as it becomes more popular, that can push all my other videos. So it's a little silly.
Your soul
No, but
shall be mine.
The
light
propensity
shall
for
bring victory.
young people to watch the same videos, really young people, to watch the same videos over and over again, could potentially lift my entire channel and get it in front of more of the appropriate eyes. Now, there might be some problems with it. They might very well suggest, like the Binding of Isaac,
done.
Rebirth, right after they watch Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I'm gonna do my best to tag it appropriately so that that doesn't occur. But I wish YouTube would help me more on that. I wish I could have age ratings besides the single age restriction option that they do have, because I've said before that thing motivates 0 people to actually admit if their videos are
Job's done.
age inappropriate, because as soon as you click that box you can't monetize anymore. So there's no motivation whatsoever to say this is age inappropriate. But if I did have the ability to say this one is TVY
Put this
and the
apple
others
on your head.
Get
aren't,
in there and fight.
if the titles were shorter, that would be even when my guy healed and killed the guy. Nice. I hadn't thought of that.
Greet you.
I had not thought of that.
Greetings.
Job's done.
But yeah, I'll do probably at random times. I'll probably do several episodes, a handful, probably about 5 or 6 young videos. They'll all be less than 5 minutes long because they're just going to be the length of a song. And I put a cartoon filter on it. I'd like some comments on that. I'd like people to go watch it and tell me what they think. I certainly didn't do a great job acting it. Figuring out what you're gonna do. The fact that my actions lined up with the music at all is just the biggest fluke of
We
luck
must
ever.
cleanse the
Because
sun
what
well.
really happened was I was listening to a song and recording it, and I was several seconds behind the song in my actions. But what I did was put the music back into it and moved it around a little bit, and when I moved it around, it lined up. And for that to work, the requirement is that you have to for it to work, you have to
Job's done.
you still have to be moving at the same tempo, even if you time shift it a little bit. So that it was really an incredible bit of luck that it lined up. Now, I imagine all the others I do are going to be more simpler, even more simpler than that video, and probably even less interesting. It's just a sad thing to say about your videos. But it's true. Like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, how do you act that out? And really for toddlers, how do you do something new and intriguing? In that whole minute and a half, because you have to have just constant motion, from best I can see. You have to have constant action on the screen, or they'll lose interest. And they'll probably still lose interest. But once I do those 6 or 7 songs that I can't add monetize, I don't think I'd be highly motivated to do any more. I probably shouldn't use the cartoon filter. I probably won't use it next time.
My eyes are open.
It didn't. There are no settings in the YouTube video editor, which is what I'm using, to change how cartoony or anything looks.
Stand ready. Nox Ramus is ours.
Let's go ahead and just start smashing the face.
Job's done.
But yeah, that's the whole reason for that.
I've got
I
the
would
beast
love
in
to
my
get
sight.
a video that got hundreds of thousands of views.
Who dares summon me?
If that somehow turns around and tells me I just need to review like toddler video games because that area is not being covered enough, well then maybe so be it. This is
My fate
first
is
and
sealed.
foremost a career, an attempt at it. And so I have to go where the potential views go. Got that one done. Sweet. But I wouldn't be super happy if that were the case. Wouldn't really. This is our last game, our 5th game I believe. I wouldn't be super happy if I started just reviewing video games that that was super super kiddie and not really appealing to me. That'd be a little irritating.
Uther versus
And
Gul'dan.
then there's the problem of this.
Your soul
There is a
shall
free
be
Steam
mine.
game that
I will
would
fight with honor.
am considering doing, but the basic storyline is there's only 3 screens in the game. It was made at a game jam, which are things where they race in 3 days to make a video game from scratch, and it's just kind of
I greet you.
a
I can't play that.
attempt to make a message and make a statement. And so basically what it is this 11-year-old girl takes her Barbie and Ken doll, takes off their clothes and then tries to figure out what sex is. And the entire mechanics of the game are that you are going to sit there and spin the two dolls around and bring them closer and further away. And when they get close together, she blushes. And so my whole take on this was going to be, is this really what is this what I should be covering, is this terrible game that is pretending like it's this huge social statement when it really isn't. Also, there was a slight question about if she's 11 years old, she must be homeschooled, because I think sex ed is closer to 8 or 9. So she should, at that point, at least somewhat know. And the short, tiny amount of dialogue does not give any indication that she has anywhere any clothes at all, not any clue at all, not clothes. And the game ends in about 2 minutes. So I could certainly cover these bad Steam games that are free. That's no cost to me. I could do spotlights on them. But now I'm in this weird situation where I've just done the Wheels on the Bus Minecraft style, and I want to then do this slightly risque
Red alert.
risque spotlight of this game. And oh man, it's too late to make a sub channel. I think well, I think it's too early to make a sub channel and have like Rydo Kids and then Rydo Adults. But yeah, I want comments if I don't ever post a spotlight of that game. I want comments on that. Do you want me to cover free Steam games? They're probably all gonna be terrible, but I'll spotlight them. I'll play them as long as I can potentially navigate the copyright strike thought a little bit. I don't know, maybe it's a little risky. It's a little risky to do things that direction. Because I am really doing the work as far as actually making sure that I have permission to do spotlights and anything and reviews, even though I don't legally need it. I don't want to get copyright strikes. Jim Sterling covered this game already. It's called something like "How Does It Work" or something like that. But Jim Sterling and a lot of these famous YouTubers have had very noticeable, very big copyright strikes that have potentially taken down their entire channel. And they certainly have as much to lose as me doing stuff like that. But I think they have some more clout too. So. Oh, that sucks. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a smart idea. I don't know if that's a doable idea.
Job's done.
I don't know if it would actually add any benefit.
Powering up.
I don't know what I can really say about it. And then, as a separate, although I was gonna do it at the same time, there's this whole YouTube thing going for International Women's Day, where people do hashtag Dear Me, and all, not people, well, yes people, but only women seem to be invited to it. So, what would you say to your younger version of yourself but then only women are invited because it's International Women's Day, and I feel a little left out, I have to admit, because I could do a video and talk about what I was doing,
Reporting for duty.
what I would say to a younger version of myself, as much and as easily as any of the other people on that have done it. But I'm not invited. That kind of sucks. And so I was thinking I would do footage of that game that I was talking about, how they do it or how does it work, whatever it's called, and talk over that. But now I feel left out, and that kind of sucks. Maybe in a future episode I will talk more in depth what I'd say to younger versions of myself, but after thinking about it all yesterday, my decision of what I would probably do if I could go back in time was, obviously I would have a pretty big amount of power if I can go back in time. So if I have a pretty big amount of power, what I should do is go back in time and take over the planet and set up myself as like the emperor of the world.
Minions, servants, soldiers
That's,
of the cold
if you have that
dark,
much power, why not
obey the
think big? Instead of going and telling myself just a few things, why not change everything massively? Be like, oh yeah, I've defeated all these countries. You are now emperor. Listen to me, kid. You're going straight to the top. Because if you assume you can go back in time, you have to assume you've got lots of power. And power is certainly an issue in what you can really tell somebody who's younger than you. A younger version of yourself. Because unless you're talking like an 18-year-old version of yourself, any younger version of yourself doesn't have a lot of power or control over them. So what you tell them isn't really going to affect not a lot you can do when you're a 5-year-old. Not a lot of adults are going to listen to you, take you seriously, if any. I mean, really, if I go back in time and tell like a 10-year-old version of myself that 9/11's going to happen, nobody's going to listen to me. I'm not going to have any power to stop it, so nothing's going to be accomplished.
Soldiers of the cold dark.
If I told them like the Oklahoma City bombing dates and locations and great details, and then listed off that to people, and then once people saw it happen, I said, okay, now you're listening. Now let me tell you about 9/11. Maybe I could do something like that. But then, I wouldn't be able to stop the first tragedy. I would have to use it as an example. Some people would actually listen to me.
Servants, soldiers of the cold dark, obey the cold.
This guy doesn't seem to want to kill me.
Reporting for duty.
For justice.
Well, he's gonna have no choice. He's got me so over barrel. But if I could just get like 5 to his face, then get that card that does 10. I mean, that does 5 to an enemy. I could actually turn this around. This is the risk of playing like he's playing. But we'll let him play out. So I'm probably not going to get on the bandwagon, the hashtag Dear Me, which sucks because I could have probably said something silly and stupid like I just did, and I could have probably also gotten some people
For
some more
justice.
views, and I'm tirelessly shilling myself because
Job's done.
I need more views. It's not I want, I need them. So with the double Kel'Thuzad here, even if one Kel'Thuzad dies, he'll be brought back. He's almost infinite, but he has 7. He has 7 cards.
Get down!
Oh! Intensification commencing.
I have 10 cards.
Reporting for duty.
Man, between this fell cannon and this demolisher, he's got 2 cards that are just destroying minions. So this one can actually hit. So one random hit, and this guy will win.
Reporting for duty.
He's down to 9. And that's the end of me, though. So, that's the end of this recording session. Oh, we got over 30, good. New card in gold. Not really a new card, but a gold version of it. So we're ending at 505. We started at 525. I'm feeling the loss of gold because I'm not playing as much. We've had a couple episodes recently where we've only done 2, and this is just going to be that situation again. Give me more time to do some old games. Do some game series of old games so we can catch up. I want to get my channel built up as much as possible. Just for my own personal desire, really. I've played a lot of games and I'd like to document them and put my thoughts out there. Certainly haven't been able to talk about video games to anybody in a very long time, as long as like junior high was the last time anybody would talk to me about video games, and I kind of miss it. But anyways, that's the end of this episode and this recording session. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe to my channel, watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. I have fan funding enabled, so click on my name, Rydo, go to my main YouTube page, click there on the right. There is a blue button that says support this channel. Click there, and any amount you can donate will be greatly appreciated. It's more the sentiment than the actual money. It's about 50-50, I'd say. 51-49 maybe. But the sentiment that somebody would actually be willing to donate anything is very impactful and would definitely encourage me a lot. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Steam or Battle.net or Google+, don't forget Google+. All that information is down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.